Hey guys, welcome to Yaya Simple Living. My name's Kelly. So for the pantry challenge, I thought today I would work on some breakfast items. So I'm not a big breakfast fan. I don't eat a lot of breakfast. I'm not huge for eggs or anything like that. But I do have applesauce put up in my pantry that I canned. So I thought I would make some applesauce muffins with a streusel topping. So I've kind of combined two recipes to do this because I liked parts of each. I like the muffin from one recipe and I like the streusel topping from the other. So I combined them. So come along with me and we will get started and we'll make some yummy applesauce muffins with a streusel topping. Okay guys, so I thought what I would do is work on some breakfast as part of our pantry challenge, our Three Rivers pantry challenge. I'm going to use the applesauce that I made that's in my pantry, and we're going to make some applesauce muffins with a streusel topping. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a cup of butter, and I am going to, cream the butter with 2 cups of sugar. Some of my sugar is kind of in clumps for some reason. I don't know why. So it's going to be a cup of butter, 2 cups of sugar, and 2 large eggs, which, have y'all checked out the price of eggs lately? It is a little crazy. And you want the eggs to be room temperature. Okay, so I'm going to cream all that together, and then I'm going to do a teaspoon of vanilla extract. This is my homemade vanilla extract. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and cream all this together, and then we will add, and I forgot the apples. Well, let me cream this together, and then we'll add the applesauce. Okay, let me get some of that butter moved down. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we are going to add the applesauce. I have this nifty jar opener, and it takes the lids right off of our canning jar. So let me this in here. Let me get a spatula to get all the last bits out, because we don't want to miss anything. So this is cinnamon applesauce, because I did season this applesauce. So I just grabbed the cinnamon applesauce out of the cabinet. So, okay. So now we're going to add in our dry ingredients. So we're going to add 4 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. So there's 1. I'm going to have to refill my flour container here soon. There's 2. And I need a teaspoon of baking soda. I'm going to add these in as well. So a teaspoon of baking soda, and then a teaspoon of cinnamon, which I probably don't need because my applesauce was seasoned, but we're gonna add it. You can also, if you don't have all these spices, you can actually use probably pumpkin pie spice because it has allspice, cloves, cinnamon, and ginger in it. This is ground allspice. We're gonna do a teaspoon of that as well. And a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. Okay. Let me get all this started mixed. We still have 2 more cups of flour to add in there too. There's 1 more. And then our last cup of flour. There's 1 more. And then our last cup of flour. And we're going to mix this until it's all mixed together and creamy. All right, guys, so we have our muffins all mixed. So we're gonna get these ready to go in the oven. We still have to make our Streusel topping, which is basically flour, oats, brown sugar, and I can't remember, I'll have to look. Maybe butter? Well, I will look before we make it. All right, this is gonna make quite a few muffins, I believe. All right, so let me put this aside. All right, I have muffin because I don't want to put it directly in my muffin tins, but I have these little muffin liners that I thought would be nice for this. I'm gonna line all my muffin tins with these. Okay, 1 more. All right, and then just to make sure that all of my muffins are even, I like to use a cookie scoop and just scoop the mixture into each tin. That way I know that each muffin is gonna be even. It's gonna have the same amount, so nobody's gonna go, I got a smaller muffin. So I think I'm gonna move this here so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Oops, some of my applesauce is not all mixed in. And the nice thing about these muffins is they do freeze really nicely. So you can make up a batch and then put them in the freezer. And then when you want muffins, you just take them out, let them thaw on your counter, or get them out the night before. And you can warm them up a little bit in the microwave in the morning. This one got a little jet. Oh, I don't want that much in there. Okay. Okay, so let me get a spoon. Some of them I'm just adding a little bit extra to because I think even though I planned on everything being even, some of the scoops were not even. And these are going to rise in the oven also, of course. So, okay, so we've got that. So let's start working on our strudel topping. All right, so we're going to work on our streusel topping. We're going to do a 1/4 cup of oats. And we're going to do a 1/4 cup of flour. And we're gonna do 1½ tablespoons of brown sugar. And then we're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Which is 2 of these because this is a 1/4 teaspoon, yep. Okay. And then we're going to do 2½ tablespoons of cold butter. Which my butter is not really cold, but it'll do. Okay. I'm going to put all this in. Plug in my little chopper doohickey here. And mix it all up. And what you get is a little crumble mixture. There's still some butter in there, so let me do it again real quick. So it has started making a lump. Okay. Apparently because that's a bunch of butter there. Okay, so let me just fix that. Probably would have worked easier if I actually did use cold butter, but I didn't, so. Okay. All right, so we do have a little bit of extra butter. I wonder if I push that down. Okay, so that does not want to work. Okay, well, let me pour this into a dish. Because I think it'll work. It'll be easier to get out of the dish. Okay. All right. So we'll just kind of scrunch that up with our fingers. All right, so let me put all this away. That was ridiculous that I grabbed it like that. I'm gonna put all this away and I will be back and I'll show you what we'll do next. Okay, we're back. So we have our muffins. We're gonna go ahead and we are going to just top each muffin with our streusel topping. This butter and sugar is gonna melt into the muffin as it bakes. They're gonna be yummy. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna bake these at 350 for about 25 to 30 minutes. We will check them partway through, make sure they don't get overdone. And I will bring you guys back when we are pulling them out of the oven. So don't go away, stay tuned. Ta-da! We have muffins. That one didn't get a lot of streusel topping and we want more. We love the streusel topping. All right, so we're gonna gently push these in. Okay, so we will be back. I'll be back. All right, guys, are we ready to see how beautiful our applesauce muffins with streusel topping are? Look how nice these came out. So these are really good. You can put them in the freezer and just pull one out as you want. Or if you have a big family, they'll probably gobble these right up. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and be sure to hit the bell notification at the bottom of the screen so that you get notified every time I post a live video. So I will see you guys next time we're in the kitchen. Ta-da!